What's up, beautiful people? Yeah, man, it's your boy's Yard Poetry. Today, I'd like to share a gem, one of those old school classical material. I don't know if you guys know Landmynz. Landmynz, man, that was one of the wonderful crew that I've ever, listened to back in the days. I know those guys, they kind of disintegrated the crew itself, and they call themselves the Federations right now. But when they were still together intact, it was still Landmines, and we had I think two mixtapes that came out from them, dope 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 mixtapes. Perigo Minas, Perigo Minas was one of those mixtapes that came out in the 2000s, and as hip hop, heads, we used to vibe to that, you know, constantly, man. And if you can look at how the impact they've made in the underground was phenomenal. And I think most of us have heard them from hype magazines, and then they started, digging, crate digging for their project, and they came out with Volume One, Peregrinus Volume One, where I think there's 21 Rhyme Salute was one of my favorite tracks there. There's also Hell is Home by the Third World Riders. If you guys know Third World Riders, I think the forefront man there's Maradona. Yeah, that track is dope. Hell is Home is a dope track. And that mixtape is one of those mixtapes that actually, when you were listening to hip hop during the 2000s, 2007, 2008, you will definitely, know what I'm talking about. So they also released Volume 2 as well. Volume 2, there's a track, one of my favorite, Man, Woman, and Child. They're featuring TVSD there. Ah, that's a gem. I think the second volume as well also has, not that I think, it actually has Proverb there. Rise of the Underdog. Dope track. That track was also on hype. So how I actually found out about Landmines myself was through hype as well, hype magazines, and then I started going out looking for their mixtapes, and that day it was hard because you had to get a physical tape. It was not like today where you can literally download something or you can listen to it online, you can stream. Back in the days, you had to get the copy. You had to get the copy, or you'll get that one friend who has so much music in their computers that you can come with with your CD, and you can get like a MP3, and you'll get a lot of underground. But now the issue, especially with Landmines, the issue was that it was very rare for you to have this. And that's why there's very few people who will tell you about Landmines. And even though they did, evolve to the federations right now, which they have a wonderful album which is out. It is available at Bandcamp. There's Mr. C, Mr. Eon, those guys, Mr. Neon. They still are rapping, but obviously in Landmines, I think it was a bigger crew compared to what they are right now. So if as hip hop heads, you guys who love crate digging, go back in time, listen to Landmines, Perigo Minas, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And if you guys want to know what Perigonimus means, that means danger, danger gevaar. It's danger, please. It's danger. So Perigonimus is danger, please. It's a Portuguese word. I know it's a double meaning, but it's different with the context. Your context itself. What do you think, or the meaning of it? It depends on what is happening at that moment. But that's another story for another day. But you need to check it out, bro. Len Minds, classic material. These are one of those guys who made us, understand hip hop in a different way than what it is right now. I'm not saying what is happening right now is not teaching us anything. What I'm trying to say is that those guys were able to maneuver the underground scene so big that they were they were able to be heard in Cape Town, Bloemfontein, in, in Kimberley. These guys were from Soweto, Fit. These guys were from JSEC. So when you listen to Landmynz, this way you can be able to understand how these underground cats were able to widen, the hip hop expansion. It was dope. And I'm glad that I was part of those guys who were able to listen to Landmynz, who were able to see them perform live, who were able to collect their mixtapes, who were able to share as well. Because there's a lot of guys who know Landmynz for me. I know, especially in Durban. There are a lot of guys who didn't know what Landmynz was, but when I came around, I was able to share, the projects that I released at that time, and which was dope. And me, I was I was also plugged by a Hype magazine at that time. But anyways, it is what it is, my friend. It's a hip hop all the way. Um, you can listen to whatever that you want. Just plugging you in. Word.